It's called a promo,
Shut
kid,
your
and
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it, so go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. I'm glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit!
And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince.
All right, who's ready to play some games? Who's ready to play the game?
I'm ready.
It's all about the game.
And how you play it.
Play it. It's all about control, and then you can take it.
Oh my!
I don't know the rest.
Damn, Dylan.
Like I know I'm on the spot, man.
I was hoping you did. It was the alley.
Why I do poorly at these games because I can't remember Triple H's song lyrics.
I know Mike has pretty much won every game. He won card subject to change WrestleMania edition, but today is AEW edition, so maybe we can get a little bit of change here. A little bit of subject to change.
Drink it in, man.
Yes.
Could be a new winner.
We'll breeze right into it because you guys know the rules. I'm going to name an event that took place. I'm going to name 3 matches that took place on the card, but the trick is one of those matches did not take place. Your job is to tell me which one of the matches didn't take place. And since Mike did win the WrestleMania edition, he's going to get to go first. So, everybody feel all good about it?
No.
Yes, sir.
Yep, we're good.
Let's go. All right, Mike, to start this off, I'm going to give you All Out 2020.
Ooh. Okay.
The matches on the card: Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara, Big Swole versus Britt Baker, Jon Moxley versus Eddie Kingston.
Big Swole versus Britt Baker.
No, that one did take place. The one that's wrong is Jon Moxley versus Eddie Kingston. Moxley defended the title against MJF at this
Oh.
Yo.
Damn.
He threw the swerve with Big Swole.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I was like, wait.
It was a match that took place in a dentist office too. It took place in a dentist
snap,
office.
I forgot. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yo, he hit you with that. Damn.
I hit him
Yes.
out the gate.
You gotta be careful with this guy. It sounds so good though, because it's like, yeah, that did happen probably.
I was like, wait a minute. It did have. I thought it would be like a pre-show or something, but I was like, oh wait, it's the pandemic. Ah.
All right, Dylan, you're up next, and I'm going to give you a pretty recent one. I'm giving you All In 2024.
Oh God! Oh no!
No.
Okay, Wembley, let's go.
The matches: Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker, Chris Jericho versus Hook, FTR versus Young Bucks versus House of Black.
Drink it in, man.
Gosh, no. Okay, Jericho.
I do like to trick people.
Hook was there, because was he?
Did you see the Hook signal?
Damn, it's like hold on, 2024.
You got to think, was the Hook signal lit up?
Was the Hook signal?
Hook signal. It's the Hook signal.
Because that would have been for the FTW.
Part down, bro.
For sure.
Just gotta
I
think,
want to
get
say.
up.
What?
I want to say Britt and Mercedes. Final answer.
That one did happen. It was the final answer. FTR versus Young Bucks versus the Acclaim, not House of Black.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No.
Yeah.
House of.
I felt like that was good. That was a good one because I thought about it too. I was like,
It's like, wait, House of Black and FTR, they didn't fight each other.
All right, Jeff, you're up next, and I'm giving you the very first All In 2018. If you can even
Ooh.
Matches on the card: Hangman Adam Page versus Joey Janela, Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho, the Golden Elite versus Bandito, Rey Mysterio, and Rey Fenix. All In 2018, the very first one. I just watched the DVD, so I did this one off the top of my head.
Said Hangman Joey Janela. Chris Jericho versus, you said Kenny Omega?
Yeah, Omega Jericho.
Yeah, Kenny versus Jericho, though. You said that, right?
Yep.
Okay, and well, the last one was the Golden Elite.
Yeah. Kota Ibushi, the Young Bucks versus Bandito, Rey Mysterio, and Rey Fenix.
Kenny versus Jericho, final answer?
That is correct. Put one on the board. He faced Penta at the first All In, but Chris Jericho showed up after the match to attack Omega.
Yes, sir.
The main event All In, I feel like could trick anybody that didn't know because Bandito, Rey Mysterio, and Rey Fenix main eventing the first All In still wild to me.
That's crazy. That's
Especially
really crazy.
when Kenny was the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and they didn't even put that title on the line, but him and Penta could have had an IWGP Heavyweight Championship match, steal the show.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Bandito was the odd man out in that one. I was like, no, they would have put someone else but Bandito in there because I knew Rey Mysterio had been there.
Yeah.
And Phoenix makes sense, but nope, I was wrong.
At the end of round one, Jeff has a point, and Dylan and Mike do not. Jeff is in the lead. This is interesting.
Ooh. Ooh.
Drink it in, man.
Okay, let's move on to round two. Mike is going to get hit with Revolution 2021. Our matches: Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose, Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and MJF, Hangman Adam Page versus Matt Hardy.
Fickle. They're fickle.
Okay. Oof.
Fickle. They're fickle.
Okay, I'm trying to think.
That's where it gets interesting.
Say, yeah. Is it Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and MJF?
That match did happen. The one that was incorrect was Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose. Hikaru Shida faced Ryo Mizunami.
Another curveball last year.
Shit.
The one that would have got me, if I was in your seat, I would have said Adam Page versus Matt Hardy. I was like, no way. That one didn't happen. But no, it's a big money match.
Yeah.
That's believable. That's believable.
Yeah, I was like, wait. Like, did that really happen? Oh, shit, it did happen. Damn.
Mike scoreless. This is interesting. Dylan going to get hit with Full Gear 2023. He's getting some recent ones.
Damn. It's a good one.
All right, let's go.
All right. Orange Cassidy versus John Moxley. Tony Storm versus Hikaru Shida. Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale. What is your answer?
God.
This is a good one. This is a tough one.
It is.
I'm in there with you.
Ruthless aggression.
Damn. Okay. 2023.
That was the... We actually watched this pay-per-view together.
Oh no!
Oh, damn. You
Hey, you put him on the hot seat now, bro.
Damn, you just definitely put him on.
He was like, "Watch this one. Don't you remember? We watched it together."
Yeah, we'll watch it together. Yeah.
Nah, bro. If I was in this position, I would get it wrong too. This is a big trick.
I am gonna be honest. I don't remember a single thing from this.
You better multiple choice guess it.
Need to hit that Who Wants a Millionaire music.
Saying to Tony Storm versus Hikaru Shida as your answer. Wrong. It's Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale. Julia faced Chris Statlander and Sky Blue in a triple threat.
That sounded too out of place.
Yeah.
I thought it was too predictable of an answer.
He's so good at it. He really is good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, it sounds so believable.
All right, Jeff,
I'm lead now.
I'm going to go ahead and just take it all the way back to the first Full Gear. Jeff is getting Full Gear 2019.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
I was about to say, I feel like you're giving me the hardest one. Go on.
All right, the matches: Shawn Spears versus Scorpio Sky, Chris Jericho versus Cody Rhodes, Rio versus Emi Sakura. Sakura.
Emi Sakura.
Sakura. It's like
What was the third one again? You said
Rio versus Emi Sakura. Sakura.
all right, and this is the pay per view. You said Shawn Spears versus Scorpio Sky, and the second one was Cody Rhodes versus Chris Jericho. What year is this again?
2019. The first.
2019. Okay, first.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Looks like we've had enough talk. It's time.
Cody Rhodes versus Jericho.
That one did happen. The trick was Shawn Spears versus Scorpio Sky. It was Joey Janela, not Scorpio Sky.
Damn it! I was thinking it, but I think I psyched myself out because I was like,
Yeah.
sounds
Oh,
right.
Same thing I did. Yeah.
I psyched myself
that
out.
was tricky.
End of
All right.
round 2. Jeff is up 1-0 on everyone still.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Everyone's going to get a decently recent one here. Mike is getting Double or Nothing 2022, it looks. So this one should be good. Your matches. Jade Cargill versus Athena. Adam Cole versus Samoa Joe. Kyle O'Reilly versus Darby Allin.
Buckle up, Teddy.
That's Double or Nothing 2022.
Yep.
Oh,
2022 was a great year in AEW. One of my favorite years AEW had.
yeah. Oh, okay. I would say Adam Cole versus Samoa Joe.
That one did happen. It was the Owen Hart finals. The one that didn't happen was Jade Cargill versus Athena. Anna Jay was actually the challenger instead of Athena. The one that would have got me was Kyle O'Reilly and Darby Allin.
That's what I thought too. I was like,
Like, the Kyle O'Reilly
Wait,
versus
what?
Darby Allin. I was like, wait a minute.
No, that happened. Double or Nothing. That happened. Oh my goodness. This is interesting. I thought this one, everyone was just going to get all the right answers.
Yeah, this guy, we're getting like curveballs being thrown.
All right, let's see if Dylan can handle this one. He's got All Out 2022, same year, different pay per view. One of my favorite pay per views of all time. So you're on the hot seat.
Buckle up, Teddy.
We got John Moxley versus CM Punk, Swerve in Our Glory versus FTR, MJF versus Andrade.
Drink it in, man.
So, what do we want to talk about?
Dylan left.
I'm
Damn.
like 99% sure it's not Moxley. I think that was the main event, if I remember. No? Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I cannot confirm or deny myself.
If I remember correctly, that's the one that. Wait a minute. All Out 2022.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good team.
I'm going to go with
Yeah.
Swerve in Our Glory and FTR.
You're correct. It was the Acclaimed, not FTR.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
On the board.
I don't remember Swerve in Our Glory facing FTR. If they did, it was not on a pay-per-view.
They didn't. Yeah, I don't think they did.
Acknowledge me.
The trick was MJF and Andrade. I was like, I don't believe MJF and Andrade.
Remember that match. I love that match.
I do remember that one though.
Kudos to you.
Mhm.
Kudos to you. I put you in the hot seat and you passed.
Damn.
All right, Jeff, you're up next, and you're getting Forbidden Door 2024. And I love this pay-per-view because this was the day you officially got hired at Wrestling in the Middle. Forbidden Door 2024. All right. Mercedes Moné versus Stephanie Vakir. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Orange Cassidy. John Moxley versus Shingo Takagi.
Give me a hell yeah.
My favorite pay-per-view. I look at the Forbidden Door cards. I'm like, man, these are badass cards.
Oh, that's a
What year was
a
this?
banger
again?
card.
Give me the year. 24. Okay.
Looks like we've had enough talk.
I got it. I know the answer.
You better keep it to yourself.
I know. I'm just
Starts
I'm just
helping the
proud of myself.
competition.
Don't
I don't know if anyone noticed. I brought an AEW World Title belt to the AEW edition episode.
Yo, can we have it if we win?
Part done, bruv.
I'm gonna double belt it up.
You said Forbidden Door, so
I did.
Thank you.
So,
I got
I should have. Oh wait, what?
I feel like
this.
I think is it Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Nope, that one did happen, and it was a banger. That match was a
Wait. Hold on. Was it the Takagi one?
yeah. Moxley lost to
Versus-
Naito. Danielson faced Takagi at this.
I knew it. Oh my god. I should get
Damn
a
it,
point.
bro.
Dang.
Like I remember it happening. I just didn't know if that was that year.
Yeah.
I thought it was on the first Forbidden Door. Orange Cassidy fought him.
And then Mercedes Monet and Stephanie Bakir was definitely a trick question. And I was like, all right, that happened. It was kind of around the time.
I know that happened because Stephanie like left like the whole like CMLL and stuff and went to WWE.
I was like, that one for sure happened. That was
Yeah.
The one I didn't remember Zack Sabre versus Orange Cassidy either, but when I saw it on the card, I was like, oh yeah, that was a great match.
Yeah, I got the year mixed up with that. I was thinking it was on the other one, the other Forbidden Door. And I was like, freaking A, man. I overthought that one. But yeah, let's get it.
All right, Dylan, Jeff tied one. Mike has none, but Mike is opening up the third round with Forbidden Door 2022, taking it back 2 years.
Ooh.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking 22.
Like that's like the first Forbidden Door.
Yeah. The match is Jon Moxley versus Minoru Suzuki, Claudio Castagnoli versus Zack Sabre Jr., Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. All sound like bangers.
It does.
Big bang.
Ooh.
Banger after banger
Dang.
after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger.
The first choice was Suzuki versus Mox, right?
Yep. Yes.
Then it was Claudio versus
Zack Sabre Jr.
Banger
Ooh.
after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger.
And what's the third choice?
Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy.
I would have to go with second choice, Claudio versus Zack Sabre Jr.
That one did happen.
Hey.
The one that
Moxley.
didn't was Jon Moxley versus Minoru Suzuki. He faced Tanahashi for the vacant AEW World Title at the first Forbidden Door.
Oh God!
The one that got me was Ospreay and Cassidy. They had a title or a match for the IWGP US title.
Yeah, because I know
No.
that one happened. I knew that one happened.
That one, yeah, I remember that one very well.
I'm apparently great at Forbidden Door and Forbidden Door only.
Yeah.
All right, Mike still with none. All right, both guys have one. We're gonna go shoot it over to Dylan now, and he gets another. Dylan's catching lucky breaks with recent pay-per-views. He's getting, of course, one I never shut up about. Dynasty 2024, the first one. You know I had to add it. You know I was gonna add it.
Oh shoot! Oh shoot!
I'm about to make you very disappointed. About to very badly disappoint you.
That's all right.
Come on.
Tony Storm versus Serena Deeb, Pac versus Okada, FTR versus Young Bucks.
Buckle up, Teddy.
Which one's wrong?
Part that, bruv.
Tony and Deeb.
Correct. That one didn't happen. Tony faced Thunder Rosa.
Nice.
Because I don't remember Tony and Deeb ever facing each other on a pay-per-view.
Interesting. Now, they did at Double or Nothing, but yeah, it wasn't too far after at Double or Nothing they faced, but it's all right. You still got to answer. You're in the lead now with 2 points.
Thank you.
Jeff, Double or Nothing, 2019. Not catching a lucky break with the early pay.
No.
Oh man!
No, not at all.
Oh God!
There's a pattern here.
All right, to tie it up, Britt Baker versus Awesome Kong, Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley, Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes.
Britt Baker versus Awesome Kong.
That one did happen. The one that was wrong was Kenny Omega versus John Moxley. Kenny had faced Chris Jericho, and then Moxley debuted after the match.
Dang.
For sure that one.
Jeez.
I'm glad Mike didn't get it because me and Mike talked about it like a day ago, and I know he would have gotten that right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like Mox came in after the match.
Ding dong. Hello.
All right, this one's for all the marbles because Dylan's in the lead. Jeff could tie it. Mike, you could get a point at best at this. Our next pay-per-view, final round, Mike is getting Revolution 2020. It's a good one.
Ooh.
Matches are Pac versus Orange Cassidy, John Moxley versus Chris Jericho, Darby Allin versus MJF.
You son of a bitch.
That's 2020, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Ding dong. Hello.
So,
Okay. Said it was Mox versus Jericho, right? Mox versus Jericho, Darby Allin versus MJF, and what's the other one?
Pac versus Orange Cassidy was the first one.
Pac versus, okay. Let's say Darby versus MJF.
Correct. MJF faced Cody. Darby faced Sammy Guevara. You got one on the board. You're not going with a goose egg.
I figured because they faced like a year or two later.
Yeah. And then Darby Allin literally lost with a headlock takeover. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Dylan, if you get this, you win completely. So, yeah. All Out 2019.
God, I'm screwed.
That's the luck to you. The matches: Riho versus Nyla Rose, Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks, Shawn Spears versus Cody Rhodes.
Oh man.
Dylan. You son of a bitch.
I want to say that was. Young Bucks.
Incorrect. It was Riho versus Nyla Rose. Hikaru Shida was in the match, not Nyla Rose.
Oh. No. It's funny because I at least knew Shawn Spears and Cody. I was like, because I remember people talking about it and being like, yeah, Shawn Spears actually faced Cody Rhodes at a pay-per-view. And it's like, I get the apprehension. I get it.
All right, Jeff. This is as close as it gets. You can tie it up right here and send it to the tiebreaker, or you give Dylan the win if you get it wrong. All of your stakes, all your bets go into Wrestle Dream 2023, the first one. But we're going to end this episode without putting Wrestle Dream on the spot. Matches: Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart, Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta, Brody King versus Darby Allin.
Drink it in, man.
And while you think on that, I feel like this is a great opportunity before we leave to let everyone know, if you want to go to All In Texas and hang out with us, use promo 20, code promo 20, scan the QR code, come to All In and hang out. It's going to be a blast.
Definitely. We're going to be there.
We going to be there. We're going to have a party.
Drink it in, man.
Can you name him again for me, please?
Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart, and Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta, Brody King versus Darby Allin. Wrestle Dream 2023.
Ricky Starks and Yuta.
That one did happen. It was Brody King versus Darby Allin. That was wrong. Darby faced Christian in the main event, 2 out of 3 falls for the TNT title, and then Edge showed up afterwards.
Damn.
Wait, that means I win.
Dylan gets a win.
Wow.
Get the confetti popping.
Yo.
I gotta do the EO.
Let's go. Let's EO. Oh, that's appropriate. Before we go out, I'm gonna.
Oh my god. The queen, my queen.
Okay. This was a blast. Congratulations, Dylan, getting a win. Who would have thought the WWE guy won the AEW edition? Card subject to change.
Oh my god, that is That is so nuts.
Oh.
What is this season?
What is this? Chaos.
It helps that I've been watching AEW. I think the only year I didn't watch was 18 and 19.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they weren't even
didn't.
around in 18. They just did All In 18, so
Yeah, but I didn't even watch All In 18.
get your shit together.
Hey,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was about to talk to your winner. Where's my throne? I get a throne now, right?
all night, baby, I keep it going. Catch a flight after flight, hit me up and